Hi everyone, so I'm back with another video from the Season 4 PTR. This time I want to talk about the Grenade Rogue. This is a build that I had theory crafted and teased already ahead of time. I had made another video about this and also some other stuff I want to try, so this is not just the only build I'm going to present here. But this is the first one I started with, and I gotta say, it actually works really well. I'm very pleased with the results so far. So the basic idea of this is that we use all of these newly buffed grenade aspects for the rogues that just boost the different grenade aspects themselves, and essentially you just kind of buff the grenades to the moon. And then there's also a glyph that does that and a bunch of other synergies. And the combo here in the end is that we're playing kind of like a trap flurry rogue that spawns grenades all the time. It's pretty curious because this build doesn't actually invest into core skill ranks. I have only 1 point in flurry, for example. And basically all of the damage that you can see is coming from grenades just dropping all the time from various triggers. There's one from Lucky Hit from the exposure passive. There is one when I evade or shadow step. There is one when I go in or out of stealth. And like a bunch of other little things. And the big one is the stealth one, actually. So this whole setup kind of revolves around stealth a lot. You can see here that I press concealment, and then I use preparation to reset the concealment. I use the resistant assailants aspect to reset the concealment. And you can press it like every few seconds, basically. And every time I do that, I drop really powerful grenades. So it's not really the craziest build out there, most likely. But as you can see here, this is like, day one. Like I was just kind of like fresh 100 with like the boosted gear that I got. I didn't upgrade my items very much. I didn't even have temperate affixes on half of my gear. And there is a lot of room for optimization here in this setup still. And even so, I'm kind of blasting through this pit tier 42. Which is equivalent of a nightmare dungeon, like almost 90 or something like that. I did do like a 95 just as like a little test, which wasn't really that smooth yet, but I had almost no defense. Damage wise, it was totally fine actually. So I'm quite excited to see how far we can go with this, and there's definitely also pretty cool variations of this that you can play. For example, here you see I had the caltrops, and I made my other video talking about the caltrops that you can like give this a massive radius. You can hit like the entire screen with that. Or you can also change this to like poison trap, for example. I did that later for like a bit more defense because of the poison damage reduction synergies, for example. So there is some stuff like that involved. And I even took down, for example, Uber Lilith. And together with some of our Maxwell friends, we also took down the level 200 version of Grigar with this build, which is not really a boss killer. So it still seems to work out just fine. And I think this is definitely going to be like a new viable archetype for the rogues. And there will certainly be multiple ways to play this. You don't even have to go necessarily with Flurry, but Flurry has the best synergy here because you get this new ring that also spawns grenades when you use Flurry. So there's a chance to just throw them on the ground. And you also give your grenades a lucky hit chance, which then can trigger other lucky hit effects. So that is kind of nice. But yeah, in the end, grenades in general can definitely be made viable in various ways now, and it's quite exciting to try that. If you want to see the full planner of what I played last night in the PTR, then you can see this here. This is also on my Discord, so whenever you find or want to find one of my builds, it's always here in the default channels, in the Woody builds. So I have already prepared a few things here. There's also for Sorc and Druid, and I'm going to do more there. I definitely want to try something for every class. And this is just like the first thing I've tried so far. But here you have like all the aspects. You don't have the updated like new stats yet. This ring here is going to be the new unique for Flurry that drops from Grigar. So you can farm it there on the PTR. And I have the skill tree, I have the paragons, so you can just follow along here. And that's also already it. I just want to showcase this. And yeah, just as a little proof of concept, basically, I'm definitely gonna go more into detail at some point when the time comes, when the season starts. We're gonna make a full guide for this, including everything, all these stats, etc. Right now, this is what I got, and I guess a lot of people would really like to try something out like this, at least from what I heard yesterday. So I just want to get this out here as fast as possible. So, hope you enjoyed this little video here. Good luck on the PTR. Let me know what other crazy builds you try or want me to try. And I'm gonna keep you guys covered with a lot of stuff to come. See you guys next time.